Okay, so at this point you have practiced condensing, meaning rewriting it with one log. What we're going to do now is we're going to focus on expanding. So that means it's written as one log and we want to write it as many logs, okay? So our first question, again, we're going to do 3 questions, is let's say we have log 8 x to the 5th, okay? So first thing, the thing with expanding, it's kind of like the opposite of condensing. So with condensing, we would deal with the exponent first. With expanding, we're going to deal with exponents last. So the first thing that I'm noticing is that 8 and x to the 5th are being multiplied together. So I can actually separate this by using a plus. So I can rewrite this as log to the 8 plus log to the x to the 5th. Okay, I've expanded it. I've made it bigger. Now I'm going to take, now that I've done that, I can now deal with the exponents. So I know that this 5 has to now move to the front. So I can rewrite this as log 8 plus 5 log x. And I can't expand this anymore, right? Because everything is now separate. And so this would be my expanded expression. Let's try another one. So let's say we have log x or y to the 3rd over x z squared. So again, we're going to deal with the exponents last. But what I'm noticing is we have a division sign, right? So we're going to use this rule here. So I can rewrite this as log y to the 3rd minus log xz squared. Now again, I have my x and z being multiplied together. So I can actually separate those now with a plus. So I can rewrite this as log y to the 3rd minus, and then now I'm separating this. So I can rewrite this as log x plus log z squared. Now each variable has been separated into its own log, which is great. What I want to do though is I want to get rid of these parentheses, which means I basically have to distribute the negative sign. So I'm going to have log y to the 3rd minus log x minus, right, because I'm distributing log z squared. Now that I've done that, I can now deal with my exponents. So I'm going to deal with my exponents, meaning I'm going to bring them to the front. So my final answer is 3 log y minus log x minus 2 log z. And this right here is my final expanded form. Okay? Let's do another kind of weirder problem. Okay? Let's say I have log square root of c to the 3rd over a squared b to the 3rd. And let's say I'm given that log a equals 7, log b equals -9, and log c equals 2. And it wants a numerical answer, okay? So first things first, we're going to pretty much ignore this and we're going to deal with expanding this, just like the last problem. However, we have an extra step because we have this square root. Now remember, if you don't see a root, the root is always 2, okay? If you don't see one, you can put that 2 there. And if you remember the rule is that the inside goes on top. So I can rewrite this like this, log. And then if I want to rewrite it with rational exponents, I'm going to have c to the power of, remember, inside goes on top. So 3 over 2, right? Because the 3 was on the inside. Over a squared b to the 3rd. Now, this is just like the last problem. So I'm going to first expand it by dealing with this division sign. So I have log c to the 3 over 2 minus log a squared b to the 3rd. I can now separate the a's and the b's, right? So this is going to stay the same, minus I have log a squared plus log b to the 3rd. Gonna get rid of the parentheses. So I'm distributing that negative sign. And then lastly, I'm moving these exponents to the front, right? That's what the power rule says. So I have 3 over 2 log C minus 2 log A minus 3 log B. Now, at this point, what it wants you to do is plug in this information. So I know, for example, log C, I can substitute in 2 in for log C. So instead of log C, I'm going to substitute in a 2. And then I have minus 2. Instead of log A, I'm substituting in a 7. Instead of log B, I'm substituting a negative 9. You could put this straight in your calculator. I'll simplify a little bit. These actually cancel out. So I have 3 minus 14 plus 27. This is actually negative 11 plus 27. So if I'm not wrong, my answer is 16. Okay? So that's how you expand logs. So keep going with the practice.